is up, you guys? So, scroll on TikTok and I'm seeing all with Corey. I've been seeing it all on the internet, and I mean, at first I was sitting up there like, well, Corey, you think everything is a joke. You know what I'm saying? You think everything is a joke. A lot of times he does. But to me, this time, after hearing his side, after hearing Corey's side, it makes sense what he's saying. I don't, no one has to believe it, but at the same time, it makes sense what he's saying, especially about the girls. And I don't know any of these people, and I'm not knocking them. All I know is Corey himself, he's always battled himself. That's what I see with him. You know, he does a lot of he does he has lied sometimes, but this is the problem with Corey, is like you do that so many times and then you want everyone to believe you. But if you're looking into this like you're supposed to, you will see there is a in between that he could definitely be telling the truth. you know I'm one of those people, what I'm saying, you have to pay attention to exactly what people are saying. And a lot of time when you do have money like this and you're an influencer, these type of situations, with females or even with the ladies, um, it could happen. So it's not too far fetched what he's saying. Uh, you know, um, So I just want us to watch this video, that I got from TikTok. Shout out to Mad Clips for this clip.
That was sick. A guy named Nate, if I'm not mistaken. I know this guy. I know this guy first. I sat next to him. I'm actually bowling with this guy. He was coming to the bowling alley the night I was at the bowling alley. I got a call
Let's
saying he was
see.
coming to. I moved. I know a little something. Okay. Hey, Houston, police department. I'm sitting on top of the world right now waiting on y'all to come pick me up. Okay? But if y'all ain't gonna come pick me up, don't worry. Just give me time. Let me enjoy my life a little bit. I'm gonna come turn myself in and we can talk. They just saw who I am.
See, this is wait, got all that music, and now I can't do all that music.
A part of the ingredient that we need to cook our meal. Have you to get in the. It's low. Y'all think I'm tripping. Y'all think I'm Corey crazy.
All this music I can't do.
This girl, outwork and everything that you do.
First of all, I just feel like this is what I feel like. So, of course, uh, allegedly, there's something out there saying that Corey um, kidnapped two girls. Um, it's all over the internet. You can watch the video. It's on so many reaction channels. And as you can see, it's also on TikTok. It's everywhere, and it's on a page called, what is it called? Crime. What is it? Let me see. Let me go to YouTube. Um, is it crime? Is it crime and law or law and crime? Let's see if that was it. I think it's a page I was on. But he also mentions this in his one of his videos. He said that he was everywhere. It's not funny, but it can't me anybody else laughing and at him on there. He is the one to us that is not really, taking it serious at the moment until reality really hits him that, you know, this is really about to go down. He may be feeling like he's being vindicated, but this is my thing with Corey. I just feel like when I first heard about this situation, this kidnapping situation with Corey, I um I was like, he takes everything as a joke. Like, why did he take everything as a joke? And also, why are you on the internet speaking about this when you should be getting a lawyer? You're saying let me just enjoy my time and I'ma turn myself in. But Corey, it's not a joke because the more and more you play around with this, is the harder they gonna try to come after you. Do you not understand? I fear for him because man, you are a black young man in America. Well, you're out of the country right now, but in America, you not know a lot of y'all do not survive. It's not to be taken as a joke. I'm gonna need him to get serious. And that's how I felt when I first heard about it. I'm gonna need him to get serious because this is no joke. Like you have kids, you got 3 kids, and you're talking about starting to get married and start another family and stuff like that. Um, you got to think better than what you're thinking. You you have the money, you have the attention, the clout, or whatever you may say. Um, so you got the attention in the cloud. Go ahead and go do what you gotta do and get it over with. If you know that you're innocent in your heart, in your mind, then go ahead and do what you gotta do to, get this over with. So these were the things that I was thinking before um he told his story. Now, when Corey came out and he told his story, to me it made sense. To me it made sense because I have spoke about this before on our channels. Well, on my channel, I'm sorry, because you have people literally that will set people up. You know what I'm saying? And you can't blame him for having the feeling of he feels like they were doing these 2 girls were doing this and these 2 girls. It could be 2 ways. You know, it could be that he he was right or he was wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel like and after I seen him speak, I got also a couple of confirmations about, you know, like how I felt was true after I felt I don't feel like he did anything um to those girls. He kidnapped those girls. I don't feel like that. I feel, and I'm not even a fan of Corey's. I really wasn't even gonna speak on this, but I feel like I should after hearing um Corey a lot of times could be a joke, but I don't feel like he did this. I don't feel like Corey did this. I feel like what his thoughts, I think he was telling the truth. I feel like he's telling the truth. And, you know, if I'm wrong, forgive me, but I just feel like Corey's telling the truth because there are people that will literally set you up, play their role. And it's not just girls, it's men too, going around. You got to understand, there's so much wicked going on. And you have to be mindful of your surroundings. You have to. Because if you don't, you end up in a situation like this. Don't get me wrong. I feel like, Corey, you shouldn't have never let these girls in your car. You shouldn't have never been that vulnerable. You should have, you should have been somewhere getting yourself together because you have started enough chaos on this internet. And frankly, you have kids to think about first. You cannot just sit up there and I just don't. That's the thing I understand. You're doing all this. I thank God your kids ain't with you, and are with their mothers because you're doing a lot. You've been doing a lot before this situation, you know, and you're not, before this situation, you were not speaking a lot of truth. So that makes people feel like, okay, Corey, you did this, even with paperwork. But even with that paperwork, to me, just to me, and I'm going to say allegedly, but I don't believe those girls. I feel like they knew they had someone with money, they had influence, and I don't feel. I feel, well. This is what I feel. I feel like these girls have done it before. Um, Usually on that, I do. When you hear him speak, a lot of times, even when Corey speaks, a lot of people are not gonna listen to him. It's be like you coming on here lying, you're lying again. But I'm telling you that something just don't sit right in my spirit when it comes to this. Because he, it's just, it's something just weird about this situation. And I heard Corey say, you know, like basically, y'all need to get woke. It is evil, and the United States is wicked. It is wicked. It's about to get wicked. What I have to say to that, Corey, while you've been goofing off and playing around and doing your lies, lies and downing your baby mama and stuff like that, your ex-wife, we have been woke. You have not. Okay? One thing and a thing about it, you have to look at everything. You can't just automatically expect people to believe you after all the things you have done. We don't know, I they don't know because I'm not up on you like that, but that when you are telling the truth and when you're not telling, a lie. Like people can sit up there and do their research and all that, but Corey, you always seem not to be telling the truth. But before this, for me, you seem not to be telling before this. But now I feel like there's some truth to it. And I think people are going to understand later. But you are not the person, the messenger that we want to hear anything from talking about, people need to be woke. Do you need to be woke? And I'm quite sure a lot of people have been trying to tell you. And I know that your mom and probably your dad goes through some heartbreak for the things that you do. I mean, you don't think about your mother when you're doing these things. Like, just like a soul is hard. But I do believe Corey. I do believe Corey because there are really people out there that will set you up, and all you need to know is the code words. And I feel like he knew the code words. That's what I felt like. So, because I mean, like I said before, Corey explained himself about the situation. Then I was like, Corey, you just play too much. You don't care about nothing. You know what I'm saying? You're a dad. You know, I know that shit don't have to change because you're a dad, but at the same time, come on now. Like, it's ridiculous. So, but after he explained, he spoke on it, because I cannot play that video because let me see. Hold on. Because this is crazy. Okay, there it go. It is, this is what I watched right here. Let's see.
I could see the transition in my field. I had to sit back and ask myself, am I going to take my... A popular YouTuber once known for his family vlogging. Look, come there. Come on. Okay. My car went out there. Is now accused of kidnapping two women. But the story doesn't end there. Authorities say the Texas based content creator fled the United States by booking a one-way ticket and hopping on a nearly 20-hour flight all the way to the Middle East. So, how did a man with millions of social media followers end up charged with aggravated kidnapping? Well, it all began on November 22nd. That's when a woman exchanged numbers with 26-year-old Corey Pritchett Jr. The woman told authorities the following day she and another woman met up with Pritchett. They did some pretty harmless activities like working out, ATV riding, then bowling. But it was at the bowling alley where things took an intense turn. While there, the two women felt like something was off when Pritchett and his two friends started acting strange. The women told police they were repeatedly looking around, seemed on edge, and were acting suspicious. The unnamed women told police they learned Pritchett and his friends were having issues with another group that was there at the bowling alley. So they reportedly told.
So he was there, at the bowling alley. I guess they was chilling. And I guess he had a problem. Somebody had a problem with him. He had a problem with them. I don't know. It's just crazy. So y'all see where you can go see it at Law Crime. Um, this is crazy, man. I'm sitting up here like, wow.
Pritchett, if he continued acting that way, he should just leave with his friends. Pritchett in turn stepped out with his friends, never returned, leaving the women behind. After some time, the women texted him because stuff in his car. So he asked them to meet at the HEB grocery store parking lot to get their stuff back. When the two women showed up, he switched gears and offered to drive them home, and they said yes. But according to the women, Pritchett.
Okay, explain to me, why would you, just like Corey was wrong for sitting up there giving two strangers, a ride, why would you leave your stuff in his car? How are you that comfortable that fast? Okay, let's ask ourselves that. How are you that comfortable with Corey that fast?
Flipped the script once again. During that drive, he reportedly began acting erratically and skipped what was supposed to be the route to drop them off. The women say Pritchett claimed someone was after him and started making phone calls. Then Pritchett began driving at high speeds, going past 100 miles.
Again, you're a millionaire, you're a young millionaire, and allegedly, all of this is allegedly, but, and then you got two girls in the car, and this ain't too far fetched where what from what Corey was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like um I just for some reason I it's just uh I think he's telling the truth.
Per hour. The women claim he pulled out a gold colored handgun and started waving it around the sunroof while still driving erratically fast, then began firing off rounds out of the car window. One of the women reportedly told Pritchett to take her back to her apartment and try to calm him down by asking him to pray with them. But he still continued driving crazy fast.
Did not wave the gun at the women, stuck it out of the sunroof of the car, took shots. Because I remember Corey saying that um he seen a car on the side of the road and looking like, it would need some help. It had the hazard lights on. And then all of a sudden that car, pulls onto the road and starts driving behind him. You know, I don't, it can, like I said, it can go any way. Like we don't know what he's actually truly going through, and I'm not gonna sit up here and say this young man is guilty of all the things. I don't care about the paperwork because those words are just like what people lying out their mouth. They're still words, but he just need to come back, go back to Texas, and handle his business because it is like you're running if you're sitting up there and you just letting this just go on, and the TikTok video before I cut it off because all that music, um, he's speaking on the law enforcement and telling them that he will be back. You just let him have a little fun. Like this man is battling himself. He is definitely battling himself because, man, don't you know these people are the authority in their own little world and they feel they can do whatever. They know that you know about it, so they feel like you're running from it. And they feel like you've been running from it. Um man, you just have to pray for Corey at this moment because even though I feel the way I feel about Corey, I wouldn't want no innocent man to go down with doing something like this, having that attached to his name. Like, no, I don't care. I don't care who it may be. I can have the biggest enemy in the world. No, no, you don't want nobody to go down with, attachment of their name with this. Like, these people set up people all the time.
Passed down the I-10 highway. Pritchett then made a video call to a woman reportedly saved in his phone under future wife. He asked the woman on the call, if I had the perfect opportunity and was in the middle of nowhere where no one could hear them scream, should I just go ahead and do it? And the woman on the line reportedly responded, yes. For the women in Pritchett's car, though, they were seemingly in fear of their life.
Now, that was crazy to me. If that happened, that was crazy to me. You know, um, I mean, because this lady here, she is going off the report that was reported to the police department, right? She's only going off that. She don't know if the girls are telling the truth or not. She don't know. All she can do is believe the words that are coming out of those girls' mouths, the words that are on the paper, on the report. That's all she could believe. You know what I'm saying? Just like with Corey, all we can believe is, you know, what comes out of his mouth at this time. Because I will hope and pray that Corey knows that this is a serious situation. This is no joke. So I just pray that he believes that. So let's carry on.
Lives. The women told police Pritchett told them, I'm gonna F y'all and then kill y'all. By this point, the women said they were texting another during all of this, but authorities say Pritchett then started pointing the gun at them, took their phones
Okay,
away so
so
they
he
couldn't
did.
communicate with each other. According to police, Pritchett then pulled off the highway onto the shoulder of I 10 near Sealy, Texas. Seemingly with a change of heart, he told the women to get out of his car, telling
See,
them
I
this
wish
is your
some
only
some
opportunity.
guys was
One
in
of the
here
women said she
and
tried to
to
get her phone
see
back but wasn't
their
able to.
approach on
Then
this
Pritchett drove
situation
off, leaving her
because
stranded on the side of the road at
me,
night. The woman
I'm
told police they
I'm
spent
thinking
more
for
than an
both
hour on
sides.
the other
I
side of the
mean,
highway before they were able to flag down a
I
driver
feel
and
like
call
he probably
911.
got pissed
But keep
off.
story. One of the women had the Life 360 app on her
Felt
phone.
like they
Shot
were
says
setting them up. That's what I feel like. I feel like Corey got pissed off once he felt like, oh, they trying to set me up. Because for one, just like I said, why would you leave your stuff in a person's car that you barely know? I don't wish this upon the girls. I don't wish this upon Corey. I don't know these people. But like I said, I'm not a big fan of Corey's. And it's not just because of the alleged situation that happened between him and Corman and a couple of other women. I just hadn't had in the past good feelings about Corey, but I feel like God is working on Corey. That's what I felt like when he started telling his story, and I do not think he fled the country because of this situation. I do feel like he was um going to go anyway, you know. But on here, it's making it look like because of the situation that he did flee the country because of that. But I don't know. I just don't have no good feeling about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think so. I think Corey, out of everything that's been going on, he needed to. And I think a lot of people thought Corey ain't had no money, but I think Corey's smarter than y'all think he is. Um, and I think he did have plenty of money, you know. And so, but because when he was going to get a divorce, of course he probably put something up, put his money up, took his money, put it up. You know what I'm saying? Because when he found out Corbin ain't want anything from him, and all of a sudden he found some money. But I feel like this young man been have money. I never, you'll never hear me say he was broke because I don't think he's broke. And you don't have to show people that you're not broke. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't no way, it's clean as this man be, this man is broke. Ain't no way. Um, he may, before this, he may have been a liar in some situations that he talked about. But in this situation, I'm gonna need people to actually read in between the lines and place yourself in his shoes and understand why that man got mad. Why he got mad, because I feel as though that he felt it. They had said some key words to you. Like your parents tell you, watch your surroundings. Because I know I tell my kids that. Watch your surroundings, listen to every word that people are saying, um, you'll find some stuff out. And I think he got mad on top of all the other stuff that he was going through, which he actually put himself through, because he can't stay off the internet with his stuff. You know, he put himself through that. But in this situation, I'm telling y'all, it's something ain't right about this situation and those girls.
Timestamps and the route they took supported the victim's story of what happened. He was ID'd through his driver's license and social media pages. But when investigators reached out to him, his phone was no longer in service. Instead, they found out through TikTok that he was planning to move to Dubai. I moved to Dubai. And people just want feel so good out here. My kids, listen. So I'm having more kids, right? With my future wife, for sure. And Aiden. My kids are gonna be homeschooled, bro. It's getting real wicked in the United States. A lot of y'all not paying attention because a lot of y'all sleep, and the news outlets are not speaking on a lot of that's going on there. It's gonna get real, real over there. Y'all my time.
Okay, this is what I was speaking about earlier when he said this. It's two people that are definitely late on being woke, and it's CJ here, Corey Pritchard, and CJ So Cool. Um, they love to come on the internet and try to tell people to be woke, or try to tell people how to do this or how to do that, when you're the one that's late. You're the one that's late. You're the one that is not handling this situation properly. You bring everything to the internet when you know the people who you have to go to. You know the people who you have to go to, but instead you bring it on the internet. That's embarrassing. That's so embarrassing. You have kids, and but at the same time, I know God is working on this young man. I know he's working on this young man, but he got to do his part. He got to do his part. You know, he's going to look back one day when he actually truly does heal himself and ask himself why he did all that. Why he did all that. Because if you're not taking it seriously now, Corey, how are you learning your lesson? You know what I'm saying? You may even feel like I kind of do, that you're innocent. And I have to say allegedly because, well, you're innocent until proven guilty. So, but you have to take those steps. You still do. You have to obey the laws of the land, man. So it's just a lie. Yeah, y'all gotta keep Corey prayed up, even if he's looking at this situation in the wrong way. Just send a shield of protection around this young man, because you know not what he do in this time, but God is working on you.
How much think I'm just talking? Y'all see other people probably saying, but people don't believe until the shit hit the fan. That's one thing I noticed about most people in the United States. They want to party, ha ha ha, live life, ha ha ha.
People do want to party, but let me tell you something. One thing, also, what he said is the news outlet. You do have to be very familiar. You see now, it said law and crime, and at the end of this video, I do know, I think it's like a police officer and another lady. I don't know if she is like a news person or whatever, but they sound like it. She sounds like it. But a lot of times they do lie to us, and they will be exposed for the lies. I personally do not watch the news, um, because let me tell you something. One thing about evil in this world, it's gonna come out anyway. It's gonna come out anyway. You're gonna find out what it is. If I step outside, I'm gonna know the weather myself, because everybody has to go outside. God reveals a lot of things to me in anyway. This is how I know a lot, and I stay tapped into Him. So this is how I know God is working in Corey. You can believe it or not. It looks like downhill for him, but I'm telling you, something ain't right about what these young ladies are doing, um, or saying rather. And I have to say allegedly. Um, but Corey is not handling this situation as a grown adult like he's supposed to. Even when God is working with you, you still have to make those steps. And he's definitely working with him, and he needs to make those steps. You need to go and do what you got to do and get it over with. What's the use of saying you're innocent if you're not taking those steps to make sure that you are? These ladies, I wish no ill will upon them, but we can't sit up here and act like these guys don't be getting set up. You can't act like girls don't be getting set up by guys. You know what I'm saying? It's real. They do get set up. The world is wicked, and we ain't seen nothing yet. It's more to come, more to come. But you have to realize that. Um, yeah. So I'm not gonna watch this whole video, but I'm gonna watch just a little bit more.
Starting today,
It's finally
part of the all-new Beehive ad network. Thousands of depending everybody, oh, it was scattered. Oh. But according to the FBI, firm Pritchard bought a one-way ticket to Qatar on December 9th. A little more than 2 weeks later after buying that one-way plane ticket, Pritchard was officially charged on the
now see how they just said that, but Corey said he had been brought a ticket. He had plans to go there. This is you know since the girls wrote the report up, and no telling, I don't know where these people are getting that information, but he said something totally different. He said he been, it wasn't after um the alleged kidnapping. He said, I've been planning this, you know, but of course, when that's why I say it's a lot of in betweens in this story, and with the girls, and I just feel like people really need to open their minds and just be like, it's possible that somebody could have happened what he said and been set up. I think people are mostly focused on all the things Corey has already done, and this is why when it's almost like the boy that cried wolf. You tell stories and stories and stories, lies and lies and lies, and then when it's time to get serious and you're in a messed up situation like this, it's hard to get people to see, to believe you. But if you're looking at it for the right reasons and not just looking at it, okay, off of his past, then you probably would be like, yeah, I'm not just finna believe anything that's, written in a report, because a lot of people lie. That report is still like people lying out their mouth. And I'm not saying, I can't say that these young ladies are lying, but I'm just giving my opinion about the situation, and I just feel like y'all just gotta read in between the lines of what's going on, and like I said, that God is working on this young man, and he has a lot of growing up to do. I just feel like a lot of people should not, between him and CJ So Cool, y'all got to stop coming over here and telling people what they need to do. A lot of people are woke. You are late, and you have to grow up. But just like I said, I'm not a fan of Corey's, but I'm not finna sit up here and lie. I'm not finna sit up here and be against somebody because his past is not good with me. Everybody has one. It cannot be good with you all you want, but truth stands. You know, you don't ever want to put an innocent man. It's enough innocent men and women in prison now, and they didn't even do anything. They had to stand in that vindication and take it because they didn't have the money. They didn't have the help. No one would listen. But I'll be doggone. I do not want no one going down for something that they did not do or off of impulse. And these young ladies know that he was going off impulse, and then I felt like, well, he felt like y'all trying to set me up. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. Like, I don't know you for real, and I feel like if there was a girl on that phone saying all that stuff, talking about if he had a chance to off somebody or whatever, that do you think I should do it? And she said, yeah. I really hope that wasn't his girl, because if it was his girl, that's stupid. He got two girls in the car. And these two girls, on the other hand, know he got a girl, so I don't understand. It just seems so, it's something that ain't right about it. And I do pray this young man, um, actually, he gets it together and understand how serious it is. Although I know God is working in you, Corey, you have to grow up. You have to stop going on the internet for everything. And I think a lot of people are not believing you in at all because of your past. And no matter how I can sit up here and say everybody has a past, there are really truly people that are judging you off that. They're not looking at the seriousness in the situation for you, and you've been away. I mean, you already been away from your kids because you haven't been around your kids. That's how I know God is working in you. Like, you really need to get together, and you really need to um be there for your kids. This is not a joke. No matter who you be with, if whoever you with, if she is a real woman, she would be telling you to do the right thing. That's the problem with a lot of guys. They want this woman that is like, yes, yes, this, even if you're wrong. And you should be back in America handling your business. I don't know if you're scared or you feel threatened, you know, but man, the things that I could think of what these authorities could do to you is not good. That's why I say, man, you don't understand. You have a mother, a father, a family that you're hurting. And because of this situation, you don't know what people can do to your mother, your family, the people you love. For you sitting, that's my thing. You're sitting on the internet, and you're laughing. I hope it's a laugh or keep from crying type crap. You know what I'm saying? But you have family, and you have to think about that. Sometimes when people can't get to you, they want to get to them, and that's not fair to them. That's not fair to them. They already have to see you all on the internet going off on your ex-wife, talking about another chick, talking about Danny and stuff like that, and which I also think she ain't no good. She allegedly is a scammer too. You know, I mean, I don't care for her either. You know, but man, all I could do is just pray for you and pray for your protection. I don't know what makes you feel like you're exempt from any harm, but um, I know God is with you. I know that he is, putting you through so many tests, and dude, you gotta walk through it. You gotta walk through it. You gotta change your heart. Change your heart because, hmm, and for the wicked, you will not win. You will not win. Because this dude sound like, to me, just to me, and all of this is allegedly. It do sound like a setup to me, and it's just something that I feel something is off in this situation, and I just pray for the protection of Corey and everyone around him. Like I said, I do not condone what these girls have reported, and no kidnapping, but you have to sit up here and think about it. All these people in the world and all these celebrities that have done these things that they claiming that Corey is doing, and it's still people and celebrities doing stuff like that. It's still people doing that. SAing people, raping people, kidnapping people. Come on now. Y'all could be talking about these celebrities with all this money too. And it's so many of them doing that. That's crazy. And all they had to do is, that's the thing. If he ain't SAing, if he ain't graping, it's kidnapping. Everybody wants to ride that bandwagon like it's cute, and it's not. But that's his life and not mine. Not saying I don't care, but he really needs to get it together. He really needs to get it together. Well, that's all I came on here to talk about because I was gonna do a video, but I said no, I need to talk about this because it's too much to get off your chest when you're talking about stuff like this. But you guys have to realize that I don't, you have to read in between the lines. And a person may sit up there and you think they're lying all the time, but then next thing you know, I blame that on Corey though. You got on the internet and you have done so much. Um, I mean, you done so much, and then they even was talking about um Carmen ex manager or something like that, getting her car caught on fire or something, and him having to do something with it. And this is all alleged. I don't know anything about that situation. I don't know how to feel about that situation because I really ain't hear too much about it, but it was a car on fire. I don't know if it's the ex manager or Carmen or not, but somehow, Carmen always get dragged in to his situation all the time, and no matter what's going on, you know, if they are doing wicked things and not telling the truth about him, God, Lord, just be a shield of protection around him. I pray that that is not going on because nobody deserves to be lied on, and I do know Corman came out with all the stuff that was going on with her and Corey, but everybody is human, and it always really truly is two sides to a story. It may be entertainment; they may put out that entertainment for us, but sometimes we do have to read in between the lines because not everything goes as it seems. Everybody want to make money out here, but not everybody want to do it the right way. They want to lie. They want to cheat their way. to make it big. Some people just don't care what they do to get to where they're trying to go. So yes, all that stuff was heartfelt, and what Carmen had to go through, but at the same time, it's always two sides to every story. But I feel like my heart goes out to Carmen. But I remember him saying that Carmen and some other girl, I think it's Danny, do the witchcraft and stuff like that. The bad, you know, they really making psychics and all that. They try to make them look bad when you do all this bad juju, but baby, some are literally sent for God and you don't even know it. But because you're too blinded. But yes, I hope they don't do that stuff. But just remember it always comes back. So I'm gonna get up off here. Thank you for watching. I am gonna keep this video up because I just feel like I need to keep it up. It's a long video, but it is what it is. I hope I don't get copyrighted for that music. But okay. Y'all have a great rest of your night. Love you guys and happy New Year's. May your year be full of blessings. Peace. I'm out.